All right, so let's talk about the manga chapter for Dragon Ball Super. It's chapter 69, guys. And I'm not gonna be showing, I'll show a little bit of stuff here and there. I'm not gonna go through the entire manga because that is like a surefire way to get your channel struck down. So I'm not gonna be showing the full manga. That's why this is a review. And what I am gonna do though is put a link to where you can read the entire manga in its entirety, this chapter. I'm gonna put a link to that in the pinned comment down below. And if you haven't read it and you don't want to be spoiled, then now would be the best time to click away from the video because I'm gonna talk about the manga. So yeah. So if you're still here and you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button, man. That really helps the channel grow. And also by making sure you have all notifications, turn all of them on. And hit that like button, man. That way many people can see this video and it just helps the channel grow. So the manga chapter, this whole saga or arc with the granola arc, you know, it's very interesting because at this point in time, you don't really know who's the villain in the whole thing. There's a group of guys in it that, you know, seem a little sus, you know, but Granola himself seems like an all-around good guy. Like, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, and he even hates Frieza. He does have this grudge against Frieza because Frieza destroyed his home planet, caused destruction across the whole universe, all that kind of stuff right there. And it's interesting because he, you know, he's not a strong character, guys. He's not. However, that may change. So this particular arc or chapter starts out on his home planet and things like, well, on his planet where he lives. And I mean, it's just good world building, man. I mean, it's Planet Cereal is the name is the name of it. But I mean, he's going around shopping, he's talking to people, landing the ship, things like that. And like there's nothing serious about this, but it's interesting because it's just character development. It's just building his character, the background and things like that. What's interesting about this chapter is what happens next. We go to a part where Beerus is fighting Vegeta, or he's training Vegeta, whatever. And I believe Goku's training with Whis. So Whis is training with Goku. Beerus is training with Vegeta. And the conversation gets brought up about God of Destruction, the Hakai energy, and the Saiyans. But more than that, the destruction of their home world. Long story short, guys, Beerus basically, well, he doesn't basically, Beerus admits that Frieza destroying the Saiyans planet was his order. Like, that's something we saw back in, or we found out early in Super, you know, but Beerus admits this to Vegeta, which threw me for a loop because I mean, who expected that? You know what I'm saying? And Vegeta, in typical Vegeta fashion, gets ticked off, powers up, and goes at Beerus. Nonetheless, Beerus put the skippity paps on Vegeta, and Vegeta laying there. But they have some very interesting dialogue in which Vegeta basically confirms that, you know, the Saiyans' destruction wasn't just purely on Frieza. You know, that his own father was he just loathed power. He wanted power and status so bad that he was willing to do almost anything to get it. And the Saiyans did some pretty bad stuff, you know. And so it was understood that maybe the Saiyans did need to be eradicated, but yet and still, to have Beerus admit that he gave that order, I think what made Vegeta mad about this was that Vegeta trusted Beerus, you know? They were, I'm not gonna say friends, but allies to a certain extent, you know? They've been through a lot together, you know? And that to me is what pushed Vegeta over the edge. It wasn't so much that Beerus was the one that did it, it was the fact that, or ordered it, it was the fact that they've been through all of this stuff with Beerus, and then you come out and you say something like that, you know. That was a very interesting dialogue and scene of events to me. Now, after that, they basically go back to Granola, and he's talking with a Namekian. There is a Namekian on his planet, one lone Namekian. And they get into this dialogue about the Dragon Balls, and it's interesting because the Namekians apparently have gone all across the solar system, and if they're part of the Dragon tribe or whatever you call it, of the Namekian race, those are the ones that can create the Dragon Ball. You have different levels of Namekians. You have the warriors, you have the powerful, like the Dragon Clan, those that are able to create Dragon Balls and work with magic, things like that. There's different levels of Namekians. And what made this interesting is because we find out, guys, that, well, what we already know is that the Dragon Ball's power, the power of the particular dragon that's created is up to the individual who creates the Dragon Balls. But this is something really crazy in that it doesn't have to be 7 Dragon Balls. Like, they can create as many balls as they want, or as few. So Granola and his Namekian friend, they have 2 Dragon Balls. A news article comes up as they're talking, a news story, and they find out, oh, they found this orb thing, whatever. Granola goes out, dresses up, and steals it, brings it back, and now he has 2 Dragon Balls. And what does he do? He summons a dragon. Yes, he summons a dragon. We have another dragon with 2 Dragon Balls, though. And that's what's crazy, is that what else is out there that you don't need 7 Dragon Balls? And it used to always be 7. Now it's 2. You can use 2. It doesn't matter. There's no limit to it in there. And I think that they're opening the door for some stuff down the road, especially when we venture off into other universes and territories, having different Dragon Balls. Now, once Granola summons the dragon, he asks a big question. His wish is to make him the strongest in the universe. And then the chapter basically ends there. What's interesting about this is we don't know if this dragon is going to be able to grant that wish, simply because of who created it. Like, every dragon doesn't have the same capabilities. The super dragon that you get from the Super Dragon Balls, he could make that happen. But this particular dragon, who's only summoned from 2 small pebble-sized Dragon Balls, can he make it happen? It's possible that he could, but this is the part of the chapter that has me the most interested, because we're looking at what's going to happen next. Is this dragon going to be able to grant this wish? And if the dragon is able to grant this wish, then what? Because his goal is to go and destroy Frieza. But what if he finds out that the Saiyans worked for Frieza? He runs into Goku and Vegeta, and even though they've been against Frieza, he still attacks them because they've caused destruction. They've caused him hurt as well. Frieza destroyed the planet, but it was the Saiyans that did it through Frieza's order. Another scenario that I was looking at is that the dragon isn't able to grant this wish, but he finds out that he can go to Namek or Earth, I would say Namek, and use those Dragon Balls to get that wish. Him and his Namekian friend travel to New Namek. They gather the Dragon Balls. He tells them about Frieza, and that's when they inform him that Frieza's been defeated. That there were 2 Saiyans, and he gets filled in on the story of Goku and Vegeta, and this changes his perspective. Not so much to take it away from Frieza, but to include Goku and Vegeta in this. Oh, so these Saiyans that destroyed my planet through his command are still alive. They can get the skibbity paps too. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset that I'm looking at. I think that would be a fun route to go, rather than the route of the dragon granting his wish, and then that's real cheap to me. Let's get some exploration, because at some point in time, Goku and Vegeta are going to become a part of this. Also, we know that they are going to fight. So how can they be included into that fight? You see? Granola finds out that the Saiyans worked for Frieza. Even though they don't anymore, he doesn't care. You were responsible for that. You will pay for the sins of your father, kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? I think that would be an interesting take, man. And I would be really, really interested to hear what you guys think about the manga chapter. What I would advise, if you haven't read it, click on the pinned comment, go through, read it, and then come back here and let's talk about it, man, because there's so much to talk about. Like I said, I don't want to go through the entire manga. That's why I'm pinning it down there. I don't want to get in trouble or anything like that. However, I do want to discuss this. This is my review. I do want to discuss the important things in this manga chapter. This is shaping up to be awesome, because at some point in time, the Oracle Fish even said it, that there's going to be a powerful warrior. Like, it's going to happen, but are we to assume that it's going to be Granola? And if it is, how strong is he going to be? Because he's wanting to be the strongest warrior in the universe. Does that include stronger than Beerus? Does that include stronger than Goku and Vegeta? Does that include, you know, is Whis included? I don't really think Whis is included, being angelic, but Beerus is a warrior, part of the universe. Like, anybody can become a god of destruction. It's not like you're born a god of destruction. You see, we learned that through Toppo, you know, and right now, Beerus is basically grooming Vegeta to be a god of destruction. And I have a video coming about that as well, about Goku and Vegeta, and it's going to be pretty interesting because I'm seeing some things that's starting to unfold. But like I said, go check out that manga chapter, man, and come back here and let's talk about it, guys. That's all I got for right now. Till next time, thanks for watching.